Hello and welcome to another update on silver. I wanted to start on the larger time frame just to remind you guys of what my larger time frame outlook is for silver. That hasn't changed. We still have here on the long-term chart something I would call an ABC structure. That's the more bearish perspective, where the larger degree top formed in 2011. We had an A wave down. It does look a little bit like a 5-wave move down, and then an ABC structure to the upside, which could then eventually lead to a larger correction. I've said it already in previous videos. I haven't covered the larger time frame for a while, but it really hasn't changed. But if you watch my videos on the MCO Global channel from earlier this year, I think March or so, I highlighted that I'd like to see it get towards the $45 level. We're moving towards this now because this is an ideal target for the internal C wave there, if we track it as an ABC structure. However, I think it's likely to go even higher. Based on the microstructure, it would suggest that we get, even in the yellow count, at least another 4-5 pattern. So basically, a higher low and a higher high, right? That would be a possibility in this B wave pullback and the C wave to the upside. So I mean, $50 plus here would not be unusual now or unexpected. Now, then obviously what is really important is to understand that the next pullback will tell us the truth, whether this is a wave 2 pullback, which could then even take us even higher, right? So we can track this as a so-called 1-2, 1-2 setup, which is very, very bullish, but also that would lead to a substantial correction in wave 2. So I think we're in the late stages of this rally, but please note that the monthly RSI has just crossed or closed in the overbought region. Now you might say, well, is that bullish or not? Some people say it's bearish. Well, whenever that happened before, it actually led to a substantial rally, right? Of course, a lot of the rally is already done, but for example, when we close the monthly above, this led to quite a parabolic rally, for example. It happened here as well in 2005, right? When we closed the monthly RSI above 70, that was quite a nice rally. It did happen. And here as well, when it closed, it obviously, from time-wise, that doesn't mean it really took a lot of time then to happen, to form a top in that rally. But it meant that, well, momentum is up. That's what that means, right? Momentum is up. It also leaves a lot of room for a larger correction then. But for now, focus is still on higher prices. So that means we are focusing on higher prices. Important is to understand that in the white count, though, the next larger pullback could be a real opportunity. But we will have to see when a top is in, how the pullback unfolds. For now, the focus is still on higher prices, and the next support area I'm tracking is for a B wave. But I don't think we have completed. I don't think we have completed the A wave yet. Okay, so the A wave of this move to the upside from the August low 2022. Actually, the A wave, the A wave of the 5th wave, right? I mean, the A wave started in April, so the A wave is likely still unfolding. The overall 5-wave move, in this C wave started here in August 22, but assumption is that this move up is likely some kind of a diagonal pattern. I can recognize that based on the nanostructures, and because of that, based on the microstructures, I assume this is only the A wave of the 5th wave, because the 5th wave should be an ABC, a 3-wave move, and I see 5 waves up from that low in April. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame chart. I've simplified it a little bit since the last update. So what we're tracking here is this move up from the April low I just showed you, this wave 4 low, and I'm tracking here at the moment a 5-wave move up in this A wave. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. We could get a 5th wave within this 5th wave, In July it started. In August, actually. End of July, early August. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the nearest support area I can offer at the moment is this one, between $38.83 and $39.88. This is the nearest support area, right? And what I can also tell you is that it looks like we're trying to break here above resistance. This is the $40.80 level. This is resistance for a larger correction. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the larger fourth finished in July, end of July, or that larger fourth wave is still unfolding, but it's unfolding as a broader A, B, C flat correction before going higher. And I got to tell you that the B wave here is maxing out what it can do, right? So it shouldn't break above the 1.38 retracement. It's not done it. So if we now see a sharp decline and we break below 38.80, it'll likely take us into this lower support region. So that's how I'm tracking silver at the moment. For now, the nearest support area is between 38.80 and 39.88. That's the update on silver. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please make sure to check out our stocks membership, because here you can find additional updates on silver, on gold, and stocks, and also the S&P 500, the Nasdaq. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.